Rage on that beat, going crazy.
YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to Pitch Talk. We had a crazy weekend of football. Our first round of fixtures for the season was unbelievable. First off, we had Manchester City vs Burnley. Now, last week I spoke about Burnley and how well they're going to play. And Manchester City did not know what to do. Burnley were passing through them. City were under a lot of pressure. But the only man that continuously seems to save Manchester City, Erling Haaland, came to the rescue again with two unbelievable goals. Oh, that second goal was special. Top corner, off the post. Burnley looked strong though. They looked very strong. I really thought their game was going to go in a different direction. Manchester City did not look like themselves. The early injury of Kevin De Bruyne did cause problems, and Manchester City just looked flat when he got injured. But like Manchester City always do, they came back strong and they managed to get a 3-0 win out of it. Hats off to Burnley, they were good, and like I said, they're going to be strong this season. Next off, we had the Arsenal-Nottingham Forest game. Now, Arsenal were playing beautifully. The passing, Martinelli bringing the sauce, guys. Bukayo Saka, that shot, that inside on his left foot, top corner, that was clean. Very, very clean. Nottingham looked like they were in all sorts of trouble. It looked like it was going to go 3-4, 5-0. But, like we discussed last week, Anthony Elanga, when he came on, it was a different Nottingham side. Did you see that boy's speed down that left wing? Ins and outs. Wow. The assist, he was brilliant. I said it, guys. I said it last week and you guys laughed. Anthony Elanga, he is going to bring such brilliance to Nottingham this season. They came close, unlucky to Nottingham. Arsenal were just too good. Next off, we had Brighton. Now, Brighton and Luton. Brighton played like Brighton. Matoma, Solly March, these guys just brought the heat. They were unbelievable, and I thought that they were going to just kick off their season like this, 4-1. That was an expected result. Luton tried. It's just, you can't go to Brighton's grounds and expect to win. It's just, they are too strong. They were brilliant. Hats off to their new boy, Joao Pedro. He looked good. He looked exciting. He wanted goals. And I think he might just do it this season, guys. He might be that youngster coming in, no one expected, and just lighting up the Premier League. He might be that guy. Next off, Sheffield United Crystal Palace. I would say this was probably one of the more boring games this weekend. Sheffield tried. First game of the season at home. They put up a good performance, but I just think Crystal Palace, the experience they have in the Premier League was enough to get them over the line. They looked nothing near their best, and like I said, Wilfried Zaha leaving, big mistake by Crystal Palace. They did not look convincing in their first game, and I think they're going to struggle. Then we had Bournemouth and West Ham. Bournemouth were playing well. Like I said last week, the amount of signings they brought in, they put them to good use. They were playing very well. West Ham, also, they looked shaky. They did not look like the same West Ham of previous years, but Jared Bowen, as usual, gets them out of trouble. Dominic Solanke did come and score in the second half to make it a 1-1 result. Bournemouth look good, and I think they're still going to do well this season. Everton and Fulham. Now, I think Everton were lucky to only get one past them. Although they dominated most of that game, they did not look strong. They had passes going back, side to side. There was nothing exciting from them. I mean, maybe Iwobi, the once or twice down that wing. But no. Fulham, I think, were unlucky to only get the one, and they're going to kick on from that. They're going to do well. Now, Newcastle, Aston Villa, the big one for the weekend. Guys, Aston Villa, they look good. Newcastle scored. Aston Villa scored. Newcastle scored. And then I thought Aston Villa's going to score. Never happened. And Newcastle went on to win 5-1. It was a masterclass from Isaac. An absolute masterclass. Harvey Barnes, we spoke about him last week, coming off the bench, getting an assist. He looked good. Now the main man, the one that I said last week, the Maldini vibes, Tonali, he bossed that midfield. Aston Villa didn't know left from right. His passing, his strength, The goal, it was all unbelievable. Newcastle are looking good, strong. They did not look vulnerable at all. Newcastle are going to be there this season. They are just too good. They got players coming off the bench like Callum Wilson, Joe Linton. There's just too much. They're too good. And I think they are going to really give it to a lot of teams this season. Watch them in the Champions League, guys. They're going far. We had Brentford and Spurs. Now, we know Brentford are in a situation without a goalkeeper and without their main man up front. But they were not scared. They wanted to show that they are more than just one or two individual players. At home, they played well. Spurs were under pressure. They came back. Spurs did well to come back, considering there's no Harry Kane to lead the charge. They did well to come back. But Brentford should have won that game. And I think they've taken a lot from that game to move on to the next. Spurs without Kane, I thought trouble. But up front, Son, Richarlison, Kulusevski, Maddison, these boys all put it together. Maybe Kane wasn't the missing link. We are yet to see. Then, the most anticipated game for the weekend, Liverpool versus Chelsea. This was a big one. Now, I know a lot of you were giving me some stick for my prediction during the week, where I said Liverpool were going to win 3-1. Never happened. Chelsea turned up for the game, and they really took it to Liverpool. First 20 minutes, Liverpool looked like this game's going to finish 5-0. Chelsea did not want to go down like that. They had a point to prove, and with Pochettino in the dugouts, they all are proving their spot right now for him. So Chelsea look good. Liverpool looked good to a point. Then Liverpool's defense. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold, he made a lot of good tackles, but he still looked very shaky. He was ball watching too much, and that's what led to the goal, ball watching. If he was on his man, I don't think Chelsea would have scored. They were unlucky though. 2 offsides. Mohamed Salah, Ben Chilwell. I mean, those were 2 good goals, eh? Sure, they were brilliant goals, and I think they were both unlucky to be offsides. More though Mohamed Salah, because that looked tight to me. Second half, that handball, guys, that's a handball. Salah's headering that on the line, handball. It's a penalty every day of the week. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Liverpool fan. I think that was a clear handball. But the refs didn't take it on, and the game finished 1-1. A lot of positives for both teams and a lot of negatives. Both defenses look shaky, and there's going to be a lot to improve on come the second round of fixtures. Next off, and lastly, Manchester United versus Wolves. Now, a lot of people thought game over. Old Trafford, Man United, Mason Mount, Bruno, game over. Pick your number, that will be the result. Far from the case. Wolves dominated that game. Cunha, Matthias, these boys were just playing ball. They brought fire, they brought the sauce, they dominated. United did not know what to do. They were in all sorts of trouble. I can't believe Wolves lost 1-0 here. I think Andre Onana, you were the big one for them. You saved them a lot. And I think just having your presence there really got Man United over the line. United looked good at certain parts, but the Mason Mounts, Bruno Fernandes, that debate's still going on. Last week we said, who's taking the spotlight? I saw Bruno Fernandes drop into a central defensive mid position this week, and he sat next to Casemiro for majority of that game. Mason Mount was playing at the top of the 3, and although it could work, it just did not look like it. Mason Mount needs time to adjust, and I think Bruno still needs to lead the charge by being the point of that triangle in the midfield. We will see what Man United bring to the table next week, but nothing impressive from them, and if they play like that, good luck, United fans. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned. We're going to have the next podcast coming out with the new round of fixtures. Take it easy, guys. Ciao.